That's right. Boy.
We were going to wait to start for you anyway, so now we can start.
Let's call the meeting of the Santee City Council to order. It is Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. Let the record reflect that all the council members and the mayor, everybody's here that's supposed to be here. And let's see, what are we going to do first? How about if we do the invocation first, then we're going to follow that by the Pledge of Allegiance. So tonight, doing the invocation, sorry. We have with us Pastor Travis Ferguson from Christ Lutheran Church and School, located at 7929 La Mesa Boulevard in La Mesa, California. The roots of the Christ Lutheran Church trace back to a prayer by Clara Bush, a devoted wife, mother of 11, and foster mother to many, who asked for a Lutheran church to be planted in La Mesa. Her prayer was answered in 1941 with the calling of Pastor Andrew Lucas to establish the congregation. The church's mission grew in 1958 with the founding of the Christ Lutheran School. For over 65 years, the school has provided highly qualified education and preschool through 8th grade to countless students and families. Pastor Ferguson leads a dedicated staff of about 50 people and oversees an annual operating budget exceeding $4 million. He guides the church and school with a clear mission, developing a community where people gather, grow, and live the way of Jesus Christ. His responsibilities include preaching, leading the executive team, planning workshop services, visiting the sick and dying, offering pastoral counseling, and providing spiritual care. He also enjoys spending time with students, often joining them in kickball on the schoolyard. That sounds like a lot of fun. And Pastor Ferguson earned a BA in psychology. I should be careful how I say things then tonight. You're going to probably analyze me. Yeah, scare me. So we're going to say a BA in psychology and behavioral sciences at Concordia Seminary in St. Louis in 2017. He is currently pursuing a Doctor of Ministry degree with an expectation of completion in 2027. How you coming on that? Good. Well, we're going to pray for you. Since 2014, Pastor Ferguson has served as a chaplain in the United States Air Force. He was deployed to the Middle East from July 2021 to January 2022, supporting operations in Inherent Resolve, Spartan Shield, Enduring Sentinel, and Allies Refuge. Boy, that's a tongue twister, isn't it? The largest non-combatant evacuation operation in U.S. history. He currently serves as an individual mobilization augmentee, that's an IMA, to the wing chaplain at the 432nd Wing and 432nd Air Expeditionary Wing at Creech Air Force Base in Nevada. We want to thank you for being here tonight, and we want you to pray for the United States of America, the state of California, Santee, and of course the City Council. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led tonight by our good friend, Joel Scalzetti from the Helix Water Board. Come on up, Pastor.
If I may, just quickly, my son wanted to come with me. He's 7 years old. He's interested in government. And when we walked in tonight, he said, "Is the president here?" And Mr. Mayor said, "This is the real government, son." So no, he's not here. And I just wanted to say, tonight I'm going to be praying specifically for Veterans Day. This morning I was in a different uniform wearing that as we celebrated that. And this community, living in it as a veteran, I could ask for no better place to live. So I invite you to bow your heads and pray with me or simply observe a moment of silence. Lord Almighty, the psalmist David said, "Blessed is the one who considers the weak. In the day of trouble, the Lord delivers him." Today we pause and give thanks for those who have considered the weak, the powerless, and the vulnerable. Those who at some point in their lives raised their right hand and swore an oath to something greater than themselves, something that took them away from home, from loved ones, from comfort, to prepare to support and defend not just the Constitution of these United States, but the men, women, and children within them. And not just the citizens of this land, but those around the world who are harassed by tyrants, made to live in fear, or oppressed in any way. Today we pause and give thanks for those who have thought of others more highly than themselves, who have willingly committed to a team for the sake of the common good. Today we pause and give thanks for those who have stood ready in the twilight hours and at dawn's early light, ready to face violence on our behalf so that millions of others might sleep in peace, go to school without worry, work without fear, and share a family meal without disturbance. Today we pause and give thanks for those who embody the words of the Beatitudes, "Blessed are the peacemakers." Today we pause and give thanks for the moms and dads, the husbands and wives, the sons and daughters who have spent countless hours apart from their loved ones in service to this nation, a sacrifice in and of itself. Lord, as we gather in this place of civic service, and as our elected leaders prepare to do the work entrusted to them, we ask that you would inspire us all through the service of our veterans and through the sacrifice of your Son to be people who seek the highest good of our neighbor and the world that we live in. Help us to not look only to our own interests, but also to the interests of others. Let it be so among us, Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Joel.
Please join me in honoring our flag from our great nation. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
By the way, Pastor, you are welcome here in that other uniform at any time.
I was going to wear it, but I didn't want to get back in wool. Sorry.
All right, thank you. Well, let's see. Should we do this other one or not? Okay, we'll do it. Pardon me? Dr. Tuthill, why don't you come down front center? Anybody else here with you?
I got no friends and my family are all out of town.
Well, that's a good sound of woe is me. Come on, all the way.
You got one friend right here, sir.
You got luck. Thank you for all you do.
All right, what are we here for tonight? Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
It should be on. We can hear you.
Test one, test and one. Anybody out there hear me with this?
I can hear you, but now.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good. So what we're here for tonight is to honor Dr. Alan Tuthill, who I've known for what, probably 25 years now? Been a long time. Dr. Tuthill is a longtime resident and business owner in Santee, and is a devoted advocate for the community. His unwavering support and passionate commitment to parks and recreation have left a lasting and positive impact on the city. Over the years, Dr. Tuthill has played an active role in numerous city initiatives, including, and for me, one of the more important ones, hot dog fundraiser. Good times. But I digress. So, I see I lost my place. Beverage pouring, community events, and civic meetings. His contributions have been both meaningful and deeply appreciated. Serving more than 27 years on the Santee Parks and Recreation Committee, including 12 years as chairperson, Dr. Tuthill has been instrumental in shaping the city's parks, recreation program, facilities, and community gatherings. His leadership and advocacy have enriched the lives of residents of all ages and strengthened Santee's sense of community. The city of Santee is proudly recognizing Dr. Tuthill for his extraordinary service and extends its sincere gratitude for his dedication to enhancing the quality of life for all who live, work, and play in Santee. And so I have a recognition, and we put it in a gilded,
Beautiful. You got a raise.
takes my breath away. In recognition of Dr. Alan Tuthill, with sincere gratitude and appreciation for your generous gift of time, talent, and energy as a dedicated volunteer on the Spark Committee for over 25 years, including 12 years of outstanding service as chairperson. Your leadership and commitment has left a valued legacy within the City of Santee Parks and Recreation Department. So this is for you, and as I give this to you, though, I just want to talk for a moment. Because I joke a little bit about we've known each other a long time. I was on the Park and Rec Committee way back in about 1999, somewhere in there. I think you were the chair at that time, and we had a whole lot of fun. We did a lot of things. And I learned a lot from you, and I learned a lot actually from a lot of the others, because it was really one of my first ventures into doing anything with the government other than working for one.
I was his boss, then he became my boss.
Don't burn bridges is what you're saying, right? And then I know that there's at least a couple of folks on our council who might even want to say something, because they probably served with you on that committee at one time. So, but I just want to say that over the years, it's really been good knowing you. I actually really appreciate all the support you've given me over the years as a council member and as a mayor, because we don't always see eye to eye on things, but you know what? We always know that we can talk and be frank and open with each other and work things out. And the world needs a whole lot more of that today. So,
It's easy enough.
so here's your recognition, and then I'm going to give you a moment to say something, because
Quiet. I'll just holler.
no, we have to have it all.
Recorded.
It's going to be recorded, yeah.
It's been a great ride for a lot of years. It's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve, and I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Give council members an opportunity to say something to you.
I just want to say thank you for all of your service to our community. Thank you for actually showing up. A lot of people that even sit on committees, that's all they do. They go to a meeting and then we never see them again. You're involved not only at the committee, but in the community, and it's very much appreciated.
Pleasure.
You know, I sat on the Santee Park and Recreation Committee too prior to being elected to the council for, I think it was 6 years. And there's two gentlemen, Ken Fox and Dr. Tuthill, both welcomed me and helped me, you know, in their tutelage to me, I guess, ultimately, you know. So I do appreciate you so much, sir, for not only your friendship, your support over the years, and everything. Thank you.
Is that tutelage or technology?
Whatever you want to call it, whatever came out of my mouth.
Well, I was definitely involved in Parks and Rec, but the only park not run by City of Santee. But you probably don't know this. Back in 1996, I was in a car accident, and you were the doctor that I went to help me heal. So thank you for that.
Did it work?
Look at me.
Living through, alive and well. I haven't killed anybody yet.
Well, thank you, Doctor. You've done a fantastic job. We really appreciate all your dedication to our city.
I appreciate it from all of y'all. It means a lot to me, and like I said, it's been a pleasure and an honor to be of service.
Thank you.
Can I put this on my resume? Absolutely.
Looking for another job? That's actually the fun part about these meetings. So let's go on. So let's go to the consent calendar. Are there any items to be added, deleted, or deleted? Ron?
No.
Laura?
No.
Dustin?
No, sir, Mr. Mayor.
Vice Mayor?
No, sir, Mr. Mayor.
City Manager? Anything to be added, deleted, or reordered? Thank you. City Attorney?
No, sir.
Are there any speaker slips?
No, sir.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Please vote.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. That takes us to a non-agenda public comment. We have speakers. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for letting me address your council today. I'm just here to cordially invite you guys to a celebration of life for Mary Hennessy. We're going to have it here at the Civic Center. We changed locations due to the weather, and I want to make sure that you guys all knew and you're invited. And also, I really want to thank you. My family wants to thank you for providing a safe and enriched environment for my aunt to run her business here in the city of Santee. I know it wasn't all of you guys, but you kept it that way, and it's a great place to live, and it's a great place to run a small business. So it means a lot to my family, and they all wanted to make sure that we acknowledge that.
Okay, tell us again. Date, time, and
This Saturday, 2 o'clock, at the Civic Center here.
the
Building 8.
15th?
Building 8.
Building 8.
Civic Center sounds a little nicer, Building 8, but yes. Please come by. We'll have some kind of notes that you write and put on a wall, but it'll all be there, and some conversation, and enjoy what you guys, made here in our city. Just some really good community and food and smiles.
Joe, I just got one question for you. Mm-hmm. Are we going to have donuts from Mary's in Santee?
Of course we are.
Okay.
That was my last, you took the thunder away, but please show up and have at least a donut hole for Mary. I know the mayor's not allowed to have donuts, but he's going to have a hole.
The next speaker is Carl Constantino.
That was a good joke. Welcome, Carl.
Hi. Shadow Hill Park is coming along really nice. I want to commend the parks guys for what they're doing. It really looks good. Nick, I'm not trying to blindside you here, but there has been vandalism up there since the park's been closed, and I just want to strongly suggest that we get some security cameras up there. And that, looking forward to it being open full-time again.
Thank you.
The next speaker is Gary Bloom.
Thank you very much. I'm the founder of the Total Altruism Project, the one that has these litter grabbing tools at Big Rock Park. Want to report on it? Everything is still going great. I usually do an inventory of the park twice a week, and almost every time I'm there, I get compliments on the project. I get talks from the pickleball people who love it, and the dog walkers, and the people who go up Coles Mountain and back, sometimes taking these things. So that's doing really great. If you're curious about loss of these things, because they're out 24/7, easy to grab, less than 1.5 a month, which is really good. So it's doing really well. I believe it's also helping clean up the neighborhood around there, because people take these off the park grounds and then they come back on a later walk. So that's one good news. The other good news is just last Monday, we opened up at Mass Park. So we've got 4 stations at Mass Park at both all the basic entry points. Was there this morning, yesterday morning also, talking to Danny, one of the workers there. He says that the people love it. There's a group of people that might have some mental disabilities. I'm not sure the correct term of it, but they're using it all the time. They're walking around. So it's doing really well, and just wanted to let you know that we're now at Mass Park. And that's all I have to report on. All right?
Thank you very much.
The final speaker is John Hosick.
Welcome, John.
Hi. Well, thank you, Mayor and City Council. My name is John Hosick. I am the president of the Santee Mobile Home Owners Action Committee, or SMOAC. The reason I came up today was I wanted to just kind of highlight a program that is in our 8th year. It's called our SMOAC Elves. And what we do is it was a brilliant idea that Buddy kind of came up with, and we kind of got accommodated in. If you know a little bit of the first year, we collected blankets and toiletries, and that was a little bit of a challenge because people would give us really large blankets, and the bags, we just couldn't find the bags. And then the toiletries, we had to figure out whether we could give them out or not. So we've modified the program just a little bit. We are collecting socks, but before I talk about that, there's a lot of people that actually contribute to this program. So one of them is the Women's Club of Lakeside. So they have actually given and made about 40 or so of these lap blankets. And it's kind of a nice way of downsizing from our actual blankets. And so we can give them out to people who are actually homebound or can't move, and so they don't have to be so hot. This is amazing year, the way this came together. The Santee Rocks is also, 5.5 years ago, they surprised me and they painted the rocks. And you would think that people would want painted rocks in their gift bags. However, these were small rocks. They were holiday rocks, and they would put them in there. And so it was a really kind of a neat thing. They are going to paint probably about 250 or a little bit more. They're going to have an event at Big Rock Park November 30th from 3:30 to 5 p.m. if you want to participate. The other thing is that you have the Santee Lakeside Rotary, who year after year since 2018, since this program started, actually have handmade cards or colored cards from kids. They put those in there. If you want to donate socks or fuzzy socks, new preferably, you can go to the Santee Coffee Corner. They participated for the entire length of the program. The Santee Lakes as well, since we have started that. Meadowbrook and New Frontier. So publicly, go to Santee Coffee Corner, go to Santee Lakes. They will be more than happy. They have 2 donation bins there. You can bring your socks there. We will stop collecting at that point, and then somewhere in between the second or third week, we're going to hand them out. If you want to donate or you want to nominate a senior, we'll deliver. If we have them available, I'll put some flyers in the back, and you can just text me, and we will be happy to actually spread some cheer to the seniors. Thank you.
Thank you, John. All right, that takes us to, let's see, maybe we should skip this one too. Huh? Look at Carl didn't even react. All right, that takes us to item number 9. Introduction and first reading of an ordinance amending Title 10 Vehicles and Traffic, Santee Municipal Code, establish regulations of use of electric bicycles by children under 12 and on sidewalks. Welcome. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members. Tonight, we are bringing back to you an ordinance that would implement the San Diego Electric Bicycle Safety Pilot Program established by Assembly Bill 2234. The ordinance that we've brought forward follows council's direction from September 10th to focus strictly on what Assembly Bill 2234 allows, which, by way of brief reminder, it allows cities in San Diego County to establish a minimum age of 12 for those who operate Class 1 and Class 2 e-bikes. It additionally adds some conditions such as a public information campaign period. It requires San Diego County to provide a report to the legislature in 2028, giving detailed information about the types of stops and what happens at the stops when enforcing this ordinance alone, the Assembly Bill 2234. If adopted tonight, we would be adding 2 new sections to Title 10 of your Vehicle and Traffic Code. We would be adding definitions of bicycle and electric bicycle to conform with the same definitions as appear in the California Vehicle Code.
You would establish the minimum age of 12 to operate a Class 1 or Class 2 e-bike. You would authorize the city engineer to designate sidewalks on which e-bikes are prohibited, and you would impose the same penalties that are defined by AB 2234. If adopted, the ordinance will be an additional tool to the vehicle and traffic regulations that are already in place and enforced in the city. Many of those laws, we reviewed some of them last time, they are covered in your staff report, but also this evening we're joined by Motor Deputy David Drake from the San Diego County Sheriff's Office, who is going to discuss the e-bike laws with you and provide additional information. With that, I will turn it over to the deputy and let him give you more details.
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, distinguished council, thanks for having me here. Just wanted to cover a little bit about what is an e-bike and what isn't an e-bike and what falls under this proposed ordinance. So what is an electric bike? And in California specifically, that is an electric bike that operates at 750 watts or less, all right? There are several types of e-bikes, what I'll cover in just a second. There's different places you can and can't ride e-bikes. There are age limitations related to helmets currently already in place. A little bit about the rules of the road and then some legislative updates. The most important thing, though, as far as bicycles or electric bikes go, is considerations when purchasing an electric bike or a bike. And the most important thing is you should buy an electric bike that somebody's riding within their capabilities. So age and or rider experience are very important. You should consult local bicycle establishments when researching what type of bike to buy. They have a lot of great information. They'll make sure the bike you're getting is legal in California, as opposed to buying something, on Amazon or Temu or something like that. Current riders should mentor new and younger riders in how to ride within our current infrastructure and ride safely. And when purchasing online, as I mentioned, does the e-bike fit the definition of an e-bike, and is it even legal in California? And then consider city riding and practical riding courses that nonprofit organizations within San Diego have and make available to actually ride with experienced nonprofit organization riders out in the community and learning how to ride safely. And then, of course, the CHP Bicycle Safety website has good videos there on learning about e-bikes, what's legal, what's not, and how to safely ride them. And that's also part of the diversion that's built into your ordinance. Should somebody be cited for underage riding, they go to the CHP website to fulfill that diversion requirement. So Class 1 e-bikes. Class 1 e-bike is pedal assist only, has no throttle, and it goes no faster than 20 miles an hour. When you purchase an e-bike, legally purchase an e-bike, meaning it's being sold by a reputable dealer or through a reputable online organization, it will come with a class sticker affixed to it. So somewhere on that bike, it's going to say Class 1, Class 2, or Class 3. If it's not on there, either they forgot to put it on, or chances are you need to do your research, because that might not be a bike that can be ridden in California. Class 2, 20 miles an hour, with a throttle. So if you don't want to pedal, you don't want to get any exercise, and you just want to crank on that throttle, you can do up to 20 miles an hour, throttle only. And then pedal assist as well. Class 3, you can't ride a Class 3 bike unless you're 16 years of age or older. Everyone who rides a Class 3 bike, we'll touch on that in just a second. So, this is not an e-bike. This is an electric motorcycle. The confusion often comes into play where somebody will have a bicycle like this. It'll be sold with pedals on it, and they'll go, well, it's got pedals on it, so it'll be going as fast as the motorcycle that I ride out there. These are not e-bikes, and these don't fall under the ordinance because they're not e-bikes. And if you're caught riding one of these on the roadway, it's possibly subject to impound registration and some license violations. So riding restrictions, Class 1 and Class 2 e-bikes can go anywhere just a sole human-powered bike can go, unless prohibited by another code. For example, the boardwalk in San Diego, you can't ride motorized bicycles. There's just too many pedestrians. Class 3 e-bikes, the ones that go up to 28 miles an hour, cannot ride on separated bikeways or where prohibited by sign. So if there's a bikeway that's completely separated from cars, you can't ride a Class 3 e-bike on there. Rules of the road, simply put, same rules as cars, right? As far as enforcement goes, general enforcement or your proposed ordinance goes, diversion is built in to the proposed ordinance. So if we happen to stop an 11-year-old who's riding an electric bike that's subject to your ordinance, if it's passed, it might be a warning, it might be a discussion, or it could be a ticket or a citation. Should they get that? The biggest thing here is helmets. Class 1 and Class 2 e-bikes, 17 years age and under have to wear a helmet. Class 3 e-bikes, everybody has to wear a helmet regardless of age. So just some legislative updates outside of AB 2234. Beginning in 2026, bikes with the manufactured ability, whether it's app, whether it's cutting a wire, whether it's a menu on the bike, can't be sold in California if they exceed 750 watts. They are not classified as e-bikes. And then coming soon, to talk a little bit about e-motorcycles just for a second, SB 586, now e-motorcycles have their own classification, which will make it easier for us to regulate and deal with when we do contact them on the roadways. And that's all I have, unless there's any questions. Thank you.
Okay, potential adoption on December 10th. This is the timeline and rollout of the ordinance and its enforcement over the next few ordinance, amending Title 10 of the Santee Municipal Code this evening, and then set and conduct the second reading of an ordinance amending Title 10. Questions if you have any.
Great, thank you. We'll go to speaker slips.
Carl Constantino. And he is our only speaker, Mayor.
All right, thank you.
Under 12-year-olds gunning for me. After pretty much every other, I don't understand, only does one thing, and that says if you're under 12, you can't ride an e-bike. Everything else that I saw in the ordinance simply refers you off to the California Vehicle Code. So I don't understand why it took so long. Also, not limiting it to e-bikes, e-scooters, I forgot what that technical term was, general term, but anyway, why did we limit this thing to e-bikes? Scooters are just as bad. And but I'm glad that something got done.
Thanks, Carl. Council comments, questions?
I think we'll keep working on this, but right now, at least we've got a start. That's the good news.
The other motorized modes of transportation. And my comments the last time were about having this stuff in our ordinance. And I think from my perspective, why it took longer than it should have to come back to us is maybe perhaps if we would have started with the sheriff's presentation last time, that would have answered some questions that we already had, at least for me, because I are asking about important, and the flyers were well done, so perhaps we could include the flyers or ask the school districts to include the flyers with peach jar and saying that if it passes tonight that we do have this new ordinance, and also include the flyers so all the students get this information. Thanks.
Dustin? So here, this is only a few comments, because most everybody knows I'm an e-bike rider. I've put over 6,000 get on them to some older people that shouldn't be on them either. And I know that our local e-bike distributor here in safety instructors, and they do a lot to talk about e-bikes. One of the things that a lot of parents are part of the problem because, let's say little Johnny wants his e-bike and mom and dad don't have the ability the training should be or what the safety issues are. what kind of helmets to wear, what kind of reflective material they should be wearing so they're seen. Should they drive at night or should they not? And so I think the more education we give the parents, the better we will do in the safety of the children. I also think that if they understand that their child is 12 years old and they are under 12 years old, they can't even provide that to them. So at some point, we will have to have a discussion about if you have multiple offenses by the same child, what happens to the parent? There probably is something already in place. I'm pretty sure it goes beyond the diversion at that time. And we probably would even impound that bike, and there could be some consequences at a different level. Do you actually want to maybe say something about that? Because you guys have experienced that already, right?
While he's walking up, I think this is a good time to clarify that all the laws that are in the California Vehicle Code are enforceable and enforced in the city of Santee, regardless of whether they're in your ordinance or not. All your ordinance does is allow, because you are a city in San Diego County, allow you to bring the age limit down to 12 for Class 1 and Class 2.
Yeah,
Everything else is the same.
It's a different animal, though. So,
Absolutely.
Deputy?
Yes.
The multiple offense issues we've had that generally have been related to e-motorcycles. And because of the speed involved with those and the high power and the fact they can't be on the highway at all, it's a little bit easier for us to deal with those from an enforcement standpoint because their laws exist for us to tow them and cite them for not having a license. E-bikes don't fall under any really impound authority yet, although that's coming next year. So it's been more of an education enforcement issue with those.
Okay.
But for the e-bike issues, the ones that are causing the problems are the ones that are outside that legal definition.
Gotcha. Okay, I think Laura has a question for you.
Yes. Have you seen what the other cities are around with the ordinance in place? You know, if they pass an ordinance, have you seen a difference?
At age, because I haven't been there in a while. But the ordinance did go a long way, just a general ordinance. It didn't really even matter what it says. It just raised awareness and people started talking about e-bike safety. And specifically, I saw helmet compliance go way up, just simply for an e-bike ordinance being talked about.
That's great. And I should have clarified, Peach Jar is the communication to the parents through the school system. And it's electronic, so the flyers are conducive to that. But thank you for that. That's good information.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
So with that, I'm just going to say I am a very big supporter of this. And so thank you. I have a motion. I have a second. Please vote.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Thanks, Tori. Watch out for the e-bikes. So that takes us to new business, and this is item number 10, an ordinance amending, including the 2025 California Administrative Code, the 2025 California Building Code, and you know what? There's a whole long list of them here, so I'm not going to go through all of them. And so our who's going to give this report? Is that you, Sean?
I'll be giving it.
Oh, Maddie. Sorry, I missed that dry run. I didn't know.
That's okay, no problem. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council members. My name is Madeline Matson. I'm the Principal Planner with the Planning and Building Department. This item before you introduces the Santee Municipal Code updates for the new 2025 California Building Code, including fire and flood damage prevention. These can be found in Title 11 of the Municipal Code. Every 3 codes contain standards for design and construction and regulations for permit and inspection prior to occupancy. The California Code of Regulations, Title 24, includes building, fire, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, Cal Green, and energy codes. The latest version of the building code, published by the state on July 1st, 2025, comes into effect January 1, 2026, California building codes. The city's building division have reviewed the changes to the 2025 codes and found no substantial changes that would affect recent changes adopted at the state level to ensure local consistency with the California Building Standards Code. A significant update to this code cycle is the introduction of Part 7, the California Wildland Urban Interface Code, which consolidates R337 of the Residential Code and Chapter 49 of the Fire Code into one comprehensive resource. Resistant materials, water supply, and emergency access in fire-prone areas. Our ordinance also maintains the city's existing amendments to the fire code that have been in place for years through collaboration between the fire chief, fire marshal, and regional fire prevention officers. In addition to updating the Santee Municipal Code with the latest building code updates, the city must also amend Chapter 11.36, flood damage prevention. Changes made to this chapter align with current FEMA requirements to maintain the city's standing in the National Flood Insurance Program and ensure continuance, introducing and conducting the first reading of the ordinance, setting the second reading of the amendments to Chapter 11.36 for December 10th, 2025, and setting the public hearing and second reading of the adoption of the 2025 Building Standards Code by reference and related amendments for the December 10th, 2025 public hearing. This concludes staff's presentation, and we are available for questions.
Thank you. I do not have any speaker slips. Are there any council comments or questions?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion to approve.
I
and
have
second.
a question.
Oh,
Sorry.
question.
Is this addressing the issue of like the defensible space around a home, and then if you sell your home, you have to have that defensible space?
I have Fire Marshal Merck here to answer that question.
Hi, Aaron.
Hello, council members, mayor and vice mayor. This is Aaron Merck, fire marshal for the City of Santee Fire Department. Councilmember Koval, for the requirements for defensible space when you go to sell your home, that comes from Assembly Bill 38. We call it AB 38. That's when you go through the real estate transfer process. You have to get an inspection by your local fire department or CAL FIRE if you're in the unincorporated area. These requirements haven't changed. So if you're in the very high, you would have had to do it prior to this code. With the update of the new fire hazard severity zone maps and in the health and safety code, you now have to do it if you're in the high. So coming in January 1st, that's when you would have to go through the same process.
I just, it's been eye-opening. Maybe it's not. There are a lot of trees that are right next to homes, and they wouldn't meet the new requirements. And some of them, a lot of them are part of.
Level here in San Diego County, we meet once a month, all the fire marshals, the fire prevention officers, and we're working through how is this all going to look. You know, the state's goal is through, you know, every so many years somebody sells their home. Eventually, everybody would. So that was kind of the thinking with the AB 38.
Okay. Well, I'd be curious when you hear updates, or I'd be curious to hear more. Thank you.
60 years, and it's 10 feet from your house. Well, you shouldn't have to cut down that tree, you would think.
5 feet, but I mean, save the trees.
Anybody else? Okay, I have a motion and a second. Please vote.
Motion carries unanimously.
Wow, how nice that is. It's too bad the pastor's kid wasn't here to see how quickly this government moves at this level. So that takes us to our next round of non-agenda public comment. Do we have any speaker slips?
No, Mayor.
We do not have any speaker slips. So what is, Laura?
Well, the mayor and I attended the Veterans Memorial Ceremony, changing of the flag ceremony yesterday. It's the American flag and the POW flag. Beautiful ceremony. You had a great speech yesterday, Mr. Mayor. Really appreciate that. And then also I want to wish a happy anniversary to my husband.
It's his birthday or it's your wedding anniversary?
Our wedding anniversary. I said anniversary.
And is that today?
Yes.
Well, happy anniversary.
He's golfing still anyways.
Probably. Watching it right now.
Does that mean he got off lucky this year or didn't have to?
What are you saying? Go.
Does he know about it? Oh, my gosh. I can get him in trouble from here. It's all right. Okay. Dustin, anything?
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Vice Mayor?
None for me, sir.
And I don't have anything either. So, City Manager?
Getting me up to speed and helping me learn everything I can about Santee. It's great being here, and we have a great team.
Are you fully up to speed now? You're like,
I am far from fully up to speed, but we have a great team who's doing their best.
So is it going to be a new thing for you to be done with a city council member in less than an hour?
No, it will not. The Poway City Council meetings were quite short.
Oh, I thought they fought longer than an hour.
Sounds like
They
competition.
don't do an invocation or a pledge of allegiance.
No, okay. All right, then, we'll go on to the city attorney.
I have no report, Mr. Mayor.
Great. Well, then, we're going to adjourn this meeting tonight. And, well, actually, we're going to let me do this real quick then. Ramont, that's when snow actually arrives in Santee. So bring out the kids and